Okay, dear students, coming to this SSB TAT pictures, on request of female candidates, we would like to discuss different pictures and give you ideas for the same. The idea is not to distort your vision, but to enrich your knowledge and to give you some confidence, to develop your confidence and to make you better. Particularly for the girls, it's advisable if you read different pictures, you'll sense to get some ideas. Believe me, I'm not going to tell you any story. I'm going to only give you ideas so that you can multiply, evolve the ideas and make better picture out of it. And make a better story out of it. Which also reflects your thought, which also reflects your good action, which also reflects your good qualities. So let's begin with this. Now, this request is by Reena Guy from Chandigarh. That suppose this is a picture with this girl and there's a mirror. What do we write? Well, Reena, I want to tell you one thing. It's a very simple and a wonderful picture which can be used in any condition which you want to write. Who are you, Reena? You are a girl who has done some studies and you have prepared yourself in college. You have done some annual function. You must have done some debate. You must have done certain activities. You must have helped. You must have participated in farewell party. You must have also done some kind of anchoring. In case you've done, also in college you must have done something, some different activities, or you must have participated in family function and dressed yourself for the thing, right? Done. Now when you have done all this, you dress yourself properly. Why do you dress? First you complete the work. Like every person who works hard, he completes the work, and after the work is completed, he gets ready to receive the guest. Yes, that can be for the annual function, that can be for family, and then he solves it properly. So in the process, the picture is also used, but what you have done as an activity of your past, where you enjoyed your activity, what quality you showed, what planning you showed, what duties you did, they all will come into the picture. And as a result of which, you will be able to tell a good story. For example, I'll give you an example. Suppose this is a girl. The girl was studying in the college and she was told for the anchor competition. She knew that in the anchor competition there would be different people giving their presentation. She wanted to also participate. She decided to develop a good speech for her anchor, welcoming, and finally when everybody gave some kind of, all those presentation with the do, she also gave a beautiful one. It was well appreciated, and later on in the annual function she became the anchor, and in the anchor she did this role. If you have done it, if you have not done it, if you have done for debate, or if you have done for farewell, or you have done marriage. Suppose in marriage you want to write a story and you want to show how actively you had prepared for your cousin sister marriage, how you had helped for every activities, you want to express that, you can very well write. And in the last you can end it up that she also got ready and then she also joined them so beautifully. So this picture basically shows that a girl is dressing up in the mirror. Now, where are you using the picture? In the starting, in the middle, or the last? Generally, this is as the final decoration, so it can come in the last. That after the hard work, she got ready and she became one. Now, suppose you want to make it in the starting, you can say so-and-so was given the duty. So first she developed, she dressed herself properly, checked herself in the mirror, and then she did this, whatever you want to write. Now, why are they giving you these pictures? They want to prick your past. They want to identify from your memory when you decorated yourself, how you got ready. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to give a description of how you got ready. No. That can be a part of it. So what you have shown here, that you have done a duty and thereafter you decorated yourself and you went for the thing, right? So this beautiful picture, this opportunity of this picture is a beautiful opportunity for you to go back into your past, remember some positive thing which you've done, how you did it, what you did and how you enjoyed it. And you know, when you tell the whole activity, automatically a few qualities of yours will come out. That includes your sense of responsibility, that will include your sense of understanding of the situation, that includes how you organize yourself, everything. Got the point? Okay, let's go further. Now this is Gunjan Sikka from Panchgula. She's given us picture which is very common coming out in SSB crack, another thing, that a female is talking to a man, or probably the man is looking away. Now this can be a very simple story, that there was a couple, you must have seen your mother father, right? So in your mother father, one day mother saw that the father is this or whatever you want to write, or you want to write Mr. So and they were there together. Then he realized that his father heard a unique sound. Immediately mother said, let's check it out. Then they bravely found out that a thief is there. How did they capture the thief? You can write a story. Or if you want to write a story on how they found a person in the late night seeking help and how they helped them, you want to write, you can write. Or if you want to write early morning, he has to go, he told his wife, and then he went and he did this, you can write. Now remember, every picture is not supposed to be complete action mode. It can be a stimulus. Stimulus means which generates an idea. So already these websites have already given you good number of stories. But if you're putting a question to me, you want to identify what you mean to do with it. See, the point is, when you want to write stories, you have to remember that it is a psychological test. And in the psychological test, they want to know how you react to situation. What all you've done in the past. What is your attitude towards duties, towards fear, towards helping others, towards working. Are you using some negative emotions? If you're not, write a simple story minus any negative emotions, but general things. It can be related to planning. It can be related to some kind of determination. Now because these are your mother and father, as per your perception, so you cannot make them very weak, because that is where you've got your inspiration from. So you've got good inspiration from, so your automatically idea will be coming what you have seen. You know, parents are a beautiful role model. If they are good, I'm sure you are also going to be good, because they have already educated you. You are the next participant in their relay race. So I'm sure if you appreciatively write a story of your parents as a husband and wife, fine. Now in case you are serving soldier and you are coming up with this, here you can talk about your stories, because most of you are married, you can write. Now let's go further. Garima Saigal from Ambala has given a picture where there is a person standing in front, keeping a hand, checking. Now here there are some people who will start thinking of phantom, they will start thinking of spelling, they will think of abracadabra, those magic spell, ki bhaiya jadoo kar raha hai. No, we are not looking at that. We are wanting you to come up with a story which speaks normally. Now here there are old people, you can very well show that you can remember your grandfather, or you can make an old age home and how they mutually taught each other to take care of each one of them. So you know why old age home? Because it will look relevant to the picture. And second, if it's your grandfather, you can do that. If it's your father, mother, you want to show that mother was ill, so father sat down with her. Once she had slept, then he sat down nearby and kept a watch, took proper. Now sense of responsibility, sense of care, sense of understanding, sense of support, which you have learned via your parents, is also part of your personality. So if you want to write that, that also can come up. So what are you doing, Garima? You can use it. You can use it as a doctor also. You can make a doctor who checked up on the patient. Now, the old time of spells, magic spells and all that bullshit is all over. Today we are in the scientific age. We believe in medicines, we believe in proper working, we believe in proper caring. So write a story on that. You're not going to write an abracadabra story, right? I hope you understood. कोई जादू की कहानी नहीं बनानी, relevant कहानी बनानी. Okay, let's go further. This is Tarana Binder from Zirakpur. She's written of some girl sitting down and watching. Now here, it's a normal story where somebody is having coffee. That can be thinking time, that can be planning time, that can be college time when they're sitting. Maybe if you have taken this girl as your hero, so and so was there and she sat down with a cup of coffee, observed everything, identified the spot, made a mental plan how they can decorate, what they can decorate, how they will decorate the venue. There are many times when you go and sit down and watch how you will picture. In the vision, in your imagination, you decide how you will make everything. You can write, what's wrong? Nothing wrong. Similarly, you can write stories on architecture if you want. So and so saw a building area and they were supposed to come with an architecture. So she sat down and had a cup of coffee and thought about it. You're a writer? Okay. So write a story on writing. Thinking there with a cup of coffee, thought about the different articles, thought what are the different social issues to cover. She kept writing it. And then later on she went down and scribbled a beautiful article. What's wrong? I don't want you to write something which is coming from here, but something which is with you. If you have been a writer, write a writing. If you have been into drama preparation, write a story on drama preparation. If you are into architect, you want to show that they planned a building, write a story on architecture. So all these kind of stories come, they knock in your past tense. They knock your subconscious self. They knock your ideas. They knock your feelings. They knock how you think. Yes or no? So there are numerous things they want to identify about you. So instead of making some kind of cock and bull story, some repeated story, copying from YouTube, you have to explore your personality, your past and write. What's wrong? Now next one, Neha Daya from Panipat has written about a man who talking and the other person wondering. Now it's very natural, day-to-day story. Brother and sister, brother had to go, the sister was wondering what to do. Then she gave an idea to the brother. Now you must have. And then what did the brother do? Whatever that situation may be. That situation may be related to brother's exam. That situation may be related to brother's project. That related situation may be related to brother's organizing or anything. Or for that matter, they mutually were planning some things for the parents, which you do. Many times your parents have to go due to emergency, some relative is down, then they mutually decide, okay, let's not disturb the parents, let's do it ourselves. All these kind of sense of approach where you show maturity, help and certain amount of cooperation, certain amount of proactive thinking, that's exactly what we are looking at. So if you write this, Neha, you know what you're going to do is, you're going to express your thing. Remember, psychology test is all about your PIQ. It is all about your personality. It is all about your attitude. Writing good, great stories, copying from William Wordsworth or William Shakespeare or, the William Wordsworth is for poem. William Shakespeare or picking up from Ruskin Bond is not going to solve your problem. You have to write stories which touch your heart, which have inspired you, which you have practically learned, which you have learned from observation, learning of your school, college, home, your day-to-day good examples, and thus you have created the new hero that you are. The new hero that you are is a sum total of all these observational learning from our teachers, to our life, to our appreciation, and to our day-to-day working. Wherever you see such pictures, if you will go into your meditative mood, you'll find you have ideas, lot of ideas. And why? These ideas are coming from your day-to-day life. Now you will be skeptical that, okay, this is made, this is... No. Psychologist says take the first impression and write. You don't have to pick that there is a window, then there is this. No. Get a complete impression and write. It's very natural. You don't want to write about brother and sister, you want to write about classmates. Why not? Classmates, they were working on something, so he called up immediately and then they decided. Meanwhile, she thought a plan. So many ideas, so many ideas. So please try to understand. I told you I'm not going to give you a complete story. I'm going to trigger your mind. And believe me, that's the beauty of your mind. It flies. So fly. Now we come down to the story by Rupa Jankar from Sonipat. Okay. Has given a request that what will I write in the story. Now there you see a lady living in poverty condition with cactus and all that. Okay. You want to show the courage of a woman? You want to show that there was a girl, she was married in a village, but she was very fond of education and she decided to work hard. So what she used to do, complete the work fast and in the afternoon time, study and she learned many things. Then she got a beautiful project of government. So she worked on this and thereafter she improved the condition. Later on she became the Gram Pradhan and improved. Want to write? Do it. You want to write about a social worker who visited a village and saw ladies in bad condition, so she decides to help them, and she believed that awareness and educating them certain skill will help them get more jobs, will help them get more things to do by themselves. You want to write that? Do it. आपको जो स्टोरी लिखनी है लिख सकते हो, पर अपने दिल को ढूंढो और अपने विचारों को तोड़ो. Don't look for stories as a... Now suppose I tell story, you are watching, many others are watching, and we land up into confusion. No, not fair. But why you don't have ideas? If you don't have ideas, it is only because you block your mind to few places. I know you can think. I know you are from Sonipat. Okay, in Sonipat, near Sonipat, there are so many villages. Because this is clearly a village situation. This is clearly a laborer's wife. This is clearly a farmer's wife. This is clearly a lady or a young girl, whatever you want to. So go ahead. Are you not sensitive for the society to improve the society? So write a story on that. Any area. But pick, don't over decorate it. I'm just giving you idea, don't over decorate. There are many people, when they start writing, then they not only pick one element, they write down bundle of elements. No. 2-3 elements, go deep, solve. Got it? Okay. Let's come down. Divya Gua from Shillong has given a situation of a lady lying down and sort of little cloth is there or blood or water. Now here comes negative perception, positive perception. Some people will believe that she has died. Some people will believe that she has fallen down. Some people will believe that it is cloth. Some people will believe it is blood. The trick lies there. The trick is, if you are negative in perception, you will automatically make a story on somebody's death. Okay, you want to make on that, you have seen so then what do you think? Death is enough? No. Then you can create a police inspector, a lady police inspector who came to know about a situation and she found that a lady was unfortunately killed and they found she did a lot of investigation and found out the true person and punished. You can write that also. But if you want to write normally that somebody is fallen down, immediately rushed up, realized that she had fallen unconscious, sprinkled water, then gave her a little support, realized was a little weak, so they immediately got a glucon D. I mean, all these things are very common. And thereafter had still realizing the weakness, decided to take for the doctor and got checked up because was having the exam, so let her lie down on the bed and sat down nearby with a book and kept on studying as well as taking care. You can write. Now you will say, sir, we were expecting some out of the world story. If I tell a out of the world story, or you write a out of the world story, do you know what happens? You become a lunatic. You will sound astoundingly out of the place. You will look artificial. You will look phenomenally silly. Your psychology test is of your natural self. It is about you. It is about identifying how you react to your day-to-day life, how you perceive with positivity, with originality. Yes, when I give you idea, why do I leave you in the lurch? Lurch in the sense that I leave you halfway. Why? Because I want you, after getting an idea, how can you fly more? And many have done it, and you will also do it. So do it. Divya, best luck. Now here is Harpreet Singh. She's come about two people talking close to each other, right? You want to write a story in romance? Come off it. This I don't think would be very good. Yes, it can be like an officer who had certain duty and his wife expected, so he told her, I'm having some work, I'll come back to you, and then after he finishes off the work, he comes back and takes her out. Can be written. That much romance is acceptable. But if you are thinking of writing a complete romantic kind of story, I'm sorry to say, this is not the stage. This is not the place where you are supposed to write all this, where you are supposed to go down to your fantasy world, or for that matter, your private world. We are looking for a social story which is sensible, reasonable, logical, and humane. Okay, you must have seen your parents talking to each other. There are certain times when they are talking important conversation related to some function where somebody has felt bad. All those things are very natural, that they talk quietly and they resolve. So you can write a story on that. I hope, Harpreet, have you picked it up? Yes, you want to talk about giving an anniversary gift and how he collected small. You remember the story of Maggie, the comb and the wristwatch, where each one of them thought so much about each other and sacrifice. That is the beauty of love. Love is sacrifice. There are many people I know who calculate. They first think of themselves, then they think of others. They are number one idiots. They think that they are very smart. No, the other is observing. And if it happens for a long period of time, the other one is clearly observing that you are more dramatic, more opportunistic, more greedy, and more unrealistic. So never do that. Learn the art of sacrifice. That's also love. So you must have learned from your parents. You learn how they care for each other, how they cover your things. There are times when you learn from your parents how they sacrifice for you. They have something, but they decide, no, the child wants this, let's buy it. So they leave certain important things and buy for you. You remember that? You can write that loving story because that is a source of inspiration for you. How your parents have loved you and how you feel inspired. If you've got such great parents, then you are a wonderful person. You have great values. You have great sense of responsibility, great sense of sacrifice. You can write that. So got it? Now here this picture, Manmi Dhingra, Amritsar, I have discussed in one other place, but here it's coming preeminently of a village scene. Now this speaks where plowing is going on. This looks to be somewhere in Assam. Well, Dhingra is in it from Amritsar, but nevertheless the cap I noticed, the rainfall thing. So you can talk about how the so-and-so was a social worker. You want to write that. How he utilized the poor. He identified a poor land and made it a heaven. There are many people who have done miracles in the world. They've identified a zone, worked very hard in that, and thereafter made it a miraculous thing. You can do that. You can write a story on this. You want to write a story about women upliftment, how they help the women to help them to teach about cottage industry so that they can earn extra and support their husband. Or a lady who is to help her farmer one day got the news that she has cleared her educational exam, and now she's going to be a nurse in a place. It was a very happy moment for the girl. She immediately called her husband, who was plowing the field, and told him about the news. He was also very happy, and after completing the work in the evening, they all celebrated it in a short way. Next day, he dressed up well. He also made her, and they went for that place, and she started working, and thus they were able to multiply on their earning for the family. You can write it. Every time you think, every time you write something, you should have a plan. I always believe that if you write your psychology test with a clear conscience, open mind, you will automatically write many things from your past, many things of your positivity, many things of your happy learnings, many things which you have learned as a personality. You can do that. Now here we come down, Shikha Khanna. She has given a picture of a person watching as if questioning a lady. Now there are many people, when they see picture in a very odd situation, they go into a negative zone. They start believing that so and so was stealing, the man was scolding. Why do you think so? Why can't you see things in a proper perspective? You know one thing, hope is life. If you all people do not see things positively, you are already making life more miserable than it is. So every time whenever you see a picture, try to see it first in a positive way, so that you can make it your sensible thing. When you create too many villains in the picture, it is your mind which is making it with the help of a pen. It is not there so much as you are making it. If you add negative emotions, you are negatively, wrongly, badly creating negative stories, and you are manifesting negative thoughts. I learned this word from my daughter. She's a senior graduate from London University, and whenever I learn from my young children, I learn many things from them also. I learn from all you students also. There are many things which you teach me. I agree, manifestation. The way you think, so it is. So stop thinking negative. So if you write something on this, where you show that there was a professor, he requested the girl, would you like to volunteer and help in experiment? She said yes, and then with the help of professor, she made a wonderful scientific project. Why not? Some other thing which you must have done when a teacher called you and you helped. Why do you believe that this person is negatively looking at her or she is running away? Why? This is the beauty of psychology. They give you a picture and then they see how your mind runs. The moment it runs negative, you have more fears than positivity in your life. I know of a person full of fear. Every time negative, every time calculative, every time conspiring, every time thinking of self, and many a time the process is evident, critical, heavily critical. Why? These people, these senior people which I am talking of, is why a very big, rich history, a back history of critical beliefs. Now tell me one thing, in a life, do you think small critical beliefs can help you? These people, the old people, some of them very old men, I found them so. How does it help? Did it help them? No. Nobody who is negative or critical can live a positive life or become a positive leader. So you have to think on those lines. Is it clear? So stop thinking on the negative side. Whenever that comes also, think once again. Is it fair? Can I not think something positive? And once you recorrect yourself before going to SSB, you'll find that you'll be in fluid state of mind. आप एक बिल्कुल आराम से कहानी लिख लोगे. Got it, Shika? I hope you've understood. Your request has been catered. Now coming to Fatima Sheikh from Jammu, she's come up with this picture. I've explained this in few of these stories. You can go back, but still, since you have requested and these people have put it across, it clearly speaks of somebody taking care of someone and thereafter taking some rest. It's okay. It can be that somebody is sleeping and the other person's doing the job. There can be two friends working together. Now one has gone to sleep, the other is working. Can be. Why do you have to see negative that somebody is down below? You know, the moment you utilize the picture with a very clear hero, with a clear objective, with something from your past also, then automatically your picture and your story flies. And you come up with good ideas and that goes well. So Fatima, you can very well write that these were two friends. This girl, she's also looking like a girl, or if it is looking like a man, whatever you want to. Then in that case, she slept, he also did it. Now they are preparing some projects, or they're preparing some seminar, or they're writing a book together, or they're doing research, or they're preparing to create a house, and the person is now, whatever, anything which has touched you, and how you reacted positively, how you teamed up, how you managed understanding, are the beauties which have to be written. The moment you do that, we are able to identify how you think. And how should a person be? A person should be a positive person with the right perspectives. Now what is many people doing? They are going down to YouTube's, catching up the pictures from stories from there, and they are writing it without thinking A, Z. And many a time I have also found that people do not want to express themselves. Why? When we want you to express yourself, when we want to know you, we want to know you to predict you. As a psychologist or an evaluator or an assessor, then why you fear to say so? Imagine a girl staying in Mumbai. She's gone once to India Gate, she's written a story on that. She has done some activity, she's written a story on that. Then she has seen she's written a story on that. Sometimes she observed something in the TV and she wrote a story on that. Something where she has learned something from her parents, she has a story on that. Every time, whatever she is writing, she's also has some message there, and from that we will take away the quality, we will identify the qualities. And all of you, I openly say, have gone through OLQs thoroughly. You are not determined? You are. Otherwise you would have not cleared the exam. You are having stamina, that is why you bear the long lectures. Many a time you also study by your hard work. Then, don't you have consistency, perseverance? You would have never cleared. Okay. Don't you use your brain? Sometimes funny excuses also, brain is used. You use that, you are resourceful, effective intelligence. You plan your things, planning is there. You organize your calendar that I'll do this, after this I'll do this. Your organizing is there. You live nicely with each other, help each other, cooperation is there, helpfulness is there. Yes, you sometimes come forward, take initiative, that is there. Now where is the OLQ missing? The OLQ is missing because you are getting conscious of expression. You are not relating your natural stories which have been your lessons of the past, which we want to know. Positive experiences, happy learnings, that's exactly what we want. So Fatima, I hope I have made it very clear to you. Now let's go down to this picture by Hina Ahmed from Udhampur. Here very clearly a interviewing person is sitting. Yes, you have given Viva. How did you give your biology Viva or other Viva in your college or other things? You want to write story? Please. How did you prepare? How did you give? What happened? That's all story. That experience which opened your mind, which you did nicely, which you prepared, is story. You gave an interview, you can write a story. Or you You yourself organized to collect a person who can be good for your organization, and then you helped him to become a great person. You want to become the hero, the owner who picked up honest person. Fine, story. You are honest, so you love honest. You find innovative mind is good. You want to write that? Okay, story. So everything which you write will come out. Now here comes one point. You will say that, sir, Hina had asked this question, that, sir, this is a boy and I am a girl. So do I write a story? See, listen, you are living in a world where boys and girls are equal. And you know, when I ask you what kind of person you would like to marry, it will be someone with similar qualities like yours. You like someone who listens to song if you love song. You like someone who understands you because you bother about it. You like someone who is mutually joyful, wonderful, as well as caring, as well as whatever you are, you will think. But many times there are some people who expect from others but do nothing themselves. Now that is where you can go wrong. If you are living in a fool's paradise, living that, okay, I want it but I will not give, I'm sure it is not the case. So if we are talking about you, Hina, you must be expecting someone to be like nice, innovative, always planning things, doing nicely. That's it. So what's wrong? That can be a person, that can be your classmate, that can be your brother. So writing a story on other gender makes no difference. Yes, the qualities of the other gender, what you appreciated, what you liked, what you wrote is considered as something which you aspire or you have. Whenever you write something of the other and you appreciate it, you note it, that automatically speaks that you either have this quality or you aspire this quality. Got it? Remember that. Coming down to picture number 13, Sheena Kawal. When you have written from Pathankot, well, Sheena, God bless you. Pathankot is the place where I was also born. So that place is my birthplace. And I have very less memories because I was too small. Born in the military hospital there. Officers ward, room number 4. Right. Anyway, coming back to the point, Sheena. Thank you. Nice to know that you're calling up from Pathankot to find out. It's about normal people talking, right? Now there are mixed boys, girls, everybody's sitting, right? You have done some social activity. You must have done some kind of social awareness, or you must have done some kind of educative thing where you must have picked up, or you must have appreciated when a village pradhan or a headman collected people and talked something sensible, and how he made them convinced, gave them clarity. Sometimes you do something unique, then you also learn. You remember Corona? During Corona also, people used to learn about procedures to follow. There were health workers also who used to learn from one person and then spread it to others. Yeah, you got an idea. You also think of other things you want to write, please. Is it clear or not clear? So this is something which you have to write. Now, you come down, Rupa Bhattacharya from Burdwan. Now this is a picture where two people are sitting. Now here, there are many people who will think that they are planning a breakup, or they are very, depressed or sad. You are the writer with the hope. So why do you think so? Why don't you think of pondering, what we called as brainstorming, when people sit down on the bench and think of different ideas, and they keep exploring new ideas, and they make a list and they do something. Why can't you think of that? You must have done that. And if you've done that, then where is the problem, Rupa? Why don't you write a story on that? There are many times you go down to a park and you sit down and you think, you want to write only on the girl? So she sat down and she started thinking. She wrote down few points. She found one boy also there. She asked few suggestions. How about this? The boy, who was also thinking something, gave few suggestions. She added that, and she also helped the boy also with some suggestion what he was thinking. And this way, they mutually solved, and she went her way, he went her way, and they did projects nice. Can be written. Many such ideas can come up. But when your mind is stuck to negativity, you will see more negativity in the picture rather than positivity. So I hope you understood, Rupa. Okay, God bless you. Now next, going down, Gayatri Sharma. Very clearly, I have covered this picture before, very clearly of an eye cam. Nothing much to be told here, Gayatri. You clearly see an eye cam. You see that you want to make the hero the doctor, you want to make the doctor the hero, make him the doctor so-and-so, and then you want to make the nurse the hero, please do it. Take so-and-so, she realized a lot of people, so she convinced the doctors, and then they set a camp. Can be done. You want to identify an old man who really wanted to help other old people, so he requested, and then go ahead. But it's prominently a eye camp. So you do not have too much of freedom to write something stupid or silly. Yes, if you want to write about some good eye technology which was to be educated, so they organized and then they did, you can write that. Yeah, there are numerous, like LASIK surgeries of a different kind, or giving them lens for, what is that called as cataract and other things that you can write. Now we come down, Poonam Lidda. This clearly is a man listening to an old lady. Very simple story. I feel in my memory I have covered this story by somebody's request, but never mind, I'll repeat. Now here, this person can be a hero, or this lady also can be your hero. That so-and-so was the heiress of so-and-so. She decided to do this. She called the young boy and told her that they have to do these things for the poor as well as this, and they all did a charity. If you want to write, or you want to write of organization, so she selected the right person, and then she created a plan and made a good organization. Want to write? Right? No issues. You want to make this boy the hero? You can make that. So and so very this thing. One day he was called by the landlord. Now again, same point. Everybody asks me, girls, can they make male as a hero? Why not? The qualities which you give to the boy, the qualities which you show in the picture, clearly speaks the quality you like and quality you aspire. So if you show a reasonable thing. Now if you are talking that this boy was very handsome, I think it is too short-sighted. It is too physical rather than mental, because we are looking for mental qualities. We are looking for psychological traits. So you can write that story. Is it clear, Poonam Lidda? Okay, so try to understand that these pictures hold many things. I know many a time you must be wondering, why can't I get a proper story? Okay, I'll send different stories to each one of you separately. But what I discuss in the class will be different. Because I don't want you to have these common things there. Let's get going. Mansi Malhotra has come up with a lady, an old lady, a person talking. Now you want to show how compassionate a teacher has to be. So and so was a good teacher. She always convinced, she always tended to cajole the children, get the children together, help them, teach. She always used very good ideas to keep the people active, and she made her relax. There was a girl who was newly admitted, she was missing her home. She added her in different activities. Cheerfulness, another good quality. You feel somebody down, what do you tell? Come on guys, let's celebrate. That's the way it is. You wake up, you go ahead. That's it, Mansi. Now here there is a story by Shruti Pandey. A house is on fire, it's near a place and people are seeing. We already had one of the things lately, the Operation Sindoor. when a lot of the people, the villages were more affected by rather than the prominent cities. Why? Because the missiles were bombed on them. And particularly many terrorist organizations were there. And the people, the missiles coming from Pakistan were picking up innocent targets. Yes, you want to write that? You can write. So and so was there in the Operation Sindoor, so immediately ran there. They realized that the house is on fire, but they ran immediately and they took the people out. They saved the people, they gave them first aid, they moved them to a makeshift house, and thus they saved the person's life. They also warned the people around, and they kept certain arrangements of first aid and other things so that in future if it happens it can be solved. So what have you done? You have written a story where you have written naturally from your present time, but you have written a story with a proactive vision, with a planning, with an organizing thought, with a helpful thought. A lot of qualities already there. Now we come down to Anvesha is written about a girl looking into a room. Now this story I have told you specifically was one of the stories when Rosenwig had written that a lady, there are many people who are mentally ill. They tend to be obsessive about things. They tend to check too much. They tend to worry unnecessarily. They create problems for themselves and for the others also. Whomever is the nearest, easiest target, the person who listens, they will dump that person and create enough problem for that person until unless the person quits. So the same thing was written here in that experience of Rosenwig. So here, Anvesha, we are writing, we can think of arranging for a guest, making everything, organizing the whole place very nicely, making the guest room ready, then welcome the guests, took them. Now these kind of experiences do happen. You organize things in advance. You plan things so that your guest is well taken care of. Now if you are planning well for a guest, how beautifully you will plan when you will be given activities. So that is how they consider things. If your planning is relevant, proactive, very calculatedly well covered and positive, you can write that. So here the person prepared and they welcome them, whatever you want to write. Clear? Now we go down to the next story. This is Asta Vasti. She has written a story on a train. Now this is clearly a train. I think I have covered this for someone else. But Asta, never mind. It can be clearly written that the person is running to stop the train. Such a simple idea. Why? Because he's seen the track is down. So he runs and shakes the flag. The train driver as is moving for the curve immediately realizes, luckily pulls the brakes slowly and gradually, and is able to avoid the accident. Can be written. One more can be written that a person always used to run daily by the track and try to improve the speed. Many times he used to run along with the train to identify how well he is doing. Sometimes in the other side he used to go, and from there as soon as the engine used to come, then he used to try to manage his speedometer. Now many people are poor. They don't have speedometer. They don't have anyone to calculate. So what do? Do you know, have you observed? What they do is, they sometimes along with cycle run next to them. Or they use some train, then they run with it. Thus they develop their stamina and try to calculate how well they are doing. You can write. Funny idea, but true. Natural thing. Go down to the Agra highway, you'll find a lot of people running. All of them preparing. You can also write a story on anything where a passenger was to arrive or somebody and was very excited, whatever. I had missed the train, so he ran from the other side, whatever you want to write. But it's clearly a train situation, Asta. Now we come down to this. This is of a person coming out. Now here, why did they show you? Any one of you deep into drugs, into drinking, will spark off. You'll write something stupid and mess your entire story writing. because you'll write stories that so and so had a very heavy head and all that. Okay, you won't write for your hero, but you will create it for others. But who's the writer? Who is the writer? You. If you think of such kind of characters, that means it is either in you or in your thought process or in your experience. So why don't you write something sensible? Now while somebody was coming, got injured, so and so was standing outside, realized, immediately gave them relief. Now this is how you should be considerate for others. Army is not built out of bricks, it is built out of human beings. And more you cater for each other, more better they will bond, more stronger will be your unit, your battalion, your brigade. So you can write this, Beena Dev, where you can show that they took care and made her comfortable, or you want to write something more related to something else where some missile bank, so the person had picked up, so they gave help on the eyes were burning, whatever you want. Someone picked up a gas stove, burned up, and as a result the person flamed the ears. They immediately gave, they also told people how they can relate, whatever you want to write. There are a number of ideas, but generally idea, as I have already forewarned, negative thinking of extremity is what is your thought process. So if you see a picture, try to see it positively in a manageable equation. I don't say that you see an accident and you say, I know there is no accident. No, but make it manageable and try to react positively as a hero to solve it. Let's come down to the picture next. This is Kavita Krishnan from Hyderabad, where two people are hugging each other. Okay, this can be a happy ending of two people who work together in a project, husband, wife, or batchmates, or friends, and they won. Now here comes a story for many quiet people, or for many people who are seen their parents also perform very nicely in some things, working together, hand in gloves. Many parents are good, they work hand in gloves. They like to help each other. Many are competitive, but many are good. They like to help. They feel happiness in each other's success. Some people are jealous of each other's success. But in parents, it's less. They are comrades. So you can write of a good story of your comrades. Yes or no? Or your classmates, where they finally worked together and finally they got the first award. Now that award can be anything. It can be a debate award. It can be an award related to creating a home by the husband, or getting her a gift after hard work, or getting something after project has become successful. All these kind of stories can come there. Got it? So Kavita, I'm giving you only this much in because the emotion is so positive, it can be used anywhere. Just that it should be the success climax of the story. Is it clear? Now, Ritika Raman from Vizag has given of two people worried. Okay, this can be that you have a challenging situation when there is a medical emergency. Now there are times when you may feel little emotions, but what are you supposed to do? Control the emotions and work on solving the medical emergency, not crying over it. So here again they were worried, but then finally they decided, they got a little money, arranged everything, and got the parents out of that illness. Good story. There are many times when we are thankful to our parents who have done a lot for us, so we also worry for them. So you sow, so you reap kind of thing. So here you can write a little strategic planning. Not giving up hope is also a thought process. Got it? Now let's come down to picture 24. Meena Ghoshal is written of a girl and one more person sleeping. Probably she's getting out of the bed. Natural, in the night she's sleeping and she realized that a person is being little unconscious and having high fever. Immediately got out of the bed and she looked, the time was very early morning. Then she immediately got the thermometer, checked, found out, took necessary action. All these medical emergencies can be also written, or can be written that so and so was, she had to prepare something for the project or exam. So she was sleeping with her sister, but she put her alarm clock on and she got up at the right time. And thereafter, she went, immediately changed her dress and sat down and studied. Many times you study with rotation. Now, why I'm telling you this story? Because many of you are students. So many of you students, you tend to create rotation. At least I used to do that. I used to study, tell my friend, you sleep, and then he used to study, wake him up, and then after that I sleep, so that we don't oversleep. These things are very common which you do. So you must be doing that. So it can be related here. Now this is Uma Buddhe. I have written this story, but this can be a situation of weakness. Remember that whenever you feel physically weak, it is your courage which gets you out of it. Yes, courage and right symptoms, right precautions, right support. So and so felt very weak. She initially took rest, but then she picked up her courage, got up, went down to the place. As she had remembered, the doctor had said electrol helps, so she took 2-3 electrol packets and put it in a glass of water, picked up some energy, and thereafter she also cooked something so that she can feel better. Still, as a precautionary, she got checked up with the doctor. So doctor said everything is okay, you have already done the needful, take care of your health, take some rest. But she had a project, so what she did was she said okay, but she completed her project, and thereafter, after the project was submitted, she took a good sleep. Can be written. Now people with sense of responsibility give more importance to the work rather than the health. Agreed, it is wrong. But if it is within the required balance, it is acceptable. Because what happens, that shows that, okay, you value your work well. Good. Now we come down to picture 26. Here, Yami Singh has shown that a lady is there, a lady is working and two people are shaking hands. Now again, see, the picture is trying to create a negative meaning. But why do you have to think? Why do you have to think? Why don't you think that there was a social worker, she came to the village, she observed the different situation, she decided to get different things for different people, she went down to different people, requested them for charity, collected and in a proper way, everyone, she gave different things as per their need. Now you can write a story like this, or you want to write a story where so and so, there is an old mother, she sees that her daughter-in-law is not well, so she immediately calls her son, tells her to keep this money, now get her checked, whatever. Now this simple thought process where you are seeing positivity of helping each other, mother bothering about daughter-in-law, mother or social worker bothering about people, this is all positive thoughts. These are all thoughts which you see in your good positive society. And this is what inculcates a good personality in you, makes you a wonderful, responsible social citizen. So you can write n number of stories. Clear? Yami, one-to-one stories will come to you, don't worry. Ritaja, here it comes. It looks as if a person is slapping. Yes? Why are you thinking? Why it cannot be that a person was standing there and he suddenly sees his wife is having a bee near her? That can also be a story. Many a time you find bees and they tend to trouble, the man immediately reacted and controlled the bee. Can be written. Then what he decided, he realized that there is a complete honeybee area. So he covered it up with a little bit of what? Those net, and made sure that they don't come to certain areas. Or removed the honeybee with the help of a person and honeybee nest, that is also problem area you can write. Now if you think of a domestic violence, you want to write a social worker solving it, no problem. But again, why are you writing this if you have not been a spectator to it? Okay, you've seen in society, you want to solve it, okay, tell some practical ways how they can be solved. Then you can write a story. that social workers realize that there are some people who drink and often trouble. Then they realize this is want to write, right? Now here comes Manjari Agarwal, Kolkata. Now this is a typically army situation, but the picture of the people are not clear. You want to make it a negative female officer? Please go ahead, write a story. So and so was given this time in Operation Sindoor also. You found two lady officers doing the great job of addressing most of the things. Wonderful move. Same thing you can see. So and so was given. She went herself with the jeep, helped the people, saved the people. Whatever you want to write. Some inspirational story of military can always follow through. Manjari Agarwal, yes, it can follow through. If you have been in NCC, you want to write about NCC officers helping, you can do that. If you have been in some kind of places where officers have also come for normal rescue when in flood or in earthquake or in any kind of problems, even you are from Kolkata, some kind of issues, some epidemics, cloud management, you want to write story on that, you can do it. Lot of ideas already done. More? Okay, let me complete this then. Vishaka Kejriwal has given from Kolkata again. This picture is of a person standing, wearing a goggles and this thing, okay. Now you want to talk about a drama, you want to talk about a hero, how from rag to riches become a hero, you want to write, right? They are giving you opportunity. They are giving you an opportunity where now Kolkata, Vishaka, don't you remember Mithun Chakravarti? You can write a story on Mithun Chakravarti, how as a hero, he not only after his movies used to come and help the poor and became a great help. You can write. Now I'm sure you must be inspired by him because there has been a long time now. Mithun Chakravarti has really helped a lot of poor people. There are many kind of, in Kolkata we have those Mother Teresa's charitable trust. They do a lot of things. They call different heroes. They request them. Now as a social worker you want to request and thus gather and help the poor people. No problems. You can write. You can show a sense of social responsibility. Now here Vartika Sen is seeing of a plane and people. So Operation Sindoor. So and so in a Jammu village, so and so realized planes. Immediately she secured all children, moved them to underground areas. They took the warning. They understood that people will be unnecessarily shelling. So they protected all the people in the border areas. She not only helped her children, but she also helped all the village communities, and thus they were safe and sound. Finally the air raid was over and everybody was fine. Yeah. Now, because see, it's coming, and these things are fresh in your memory, and if you write such stories, it will be okay, no issues. Let's complete 5 more left. Mahua Sengupta from Belur has sent a story of a lady raising a very simple story of a class. You must have asked questions, and your teachers must have given you, and you learned from that. You not only learned from that, but you also educated your other classmates. These are all stories which you can write. So it's a good story. It can be written. So and so was in the younger, she used to, teacher told her, explained many things, she also learned, and then in group studies she used to teach the others. This way their class did very well. You can write. Now you say, what are OLQs? OLQs are those where we learn that leader is not alone, and leader is not alone when the leader earns by doing responsible work towards all, doing good things, learning, passing on, helping each other, cooperating with each other, working with sense of responsibility. That's all leadership. So now we come down, Seema Sani from Delhi. The picture of a person, few people saying hello. This is a social community thing. That there was an old person, they had a family gathering. Now here, many times you must have done a lot of organizing in family gathering. And you must have learned the sequence of doing it. You want to write it? Please go ahead. Where they always made arrangements so that everybody can come and meet the old person. And you want to write that. You can do it. You don't have to write a story on a con man. You write a story on organizing. Okay, now let's rush it up. Geeta Sarup from Noida has written about a lady, and here a person, you want to make a story on a doctor. A doctor was there, she realizes that a lady with has issues, so immediately she comes up late in the night, she takes care, and finally the lady delivers a baby, and it's a very happy moment for everyone, right? Something like this can be written. Something where you can show how the doctor has been responsible, or how the doctor took some lovely ideas. All these things are from observation which you've learned. All the stories you will see, you will find somebody relating to human needs, relating to intelligence, relating to initiative, relating to helping the human beings. Because that is leadership. And the moment you have this core where your selflessness, you develop this selflessness, you are not selfish. That is the time when you evaporate. And then you are using intelligence and plan and initiative, you are good. Geeta Sarup, have you understood that? Now in this very clearly, this picture is about organizing some kind of function together. That can be wonderful, it can be a fashion festival, it can be some kind of, results coming out when everybody's got and she did work. Now, when the pictures of results coming out, you can take the story back that so and so had also appeared, but she did this, and she cleared it. You have cleared your FCAT, you want to write on that, or you have cleared your CDS, yes, OTA. You can go ahead, write that down. Nandini, I hope you're getting an idea. Now, one-to-one stories coming your way, but these stories in general, ideas are there for you. So I hope you use those. You use your own mind and develop one. Last but not the least, we are coming with this 35th picture. This is of Muskan Verma, in which it is very clearly that there is a person standing here and there is a camp. There are people there standing nearby. You can use it, which you know very well, that terrorist camp, Operation Sindoor, so-and-so picked up, was an intelligent agent, went there, found out everything. You want to write that, and thereafter gave the information. Wonderful, you can write. There's nothing wrong to go a little detective. But in case you don't want to write that, you want to write on how you help in a camp, you want to write how they organize to make sure everybody is fine and everybody can take care, you can write that. So this way, all these pictures complete here, and you have got some ideas. Rest one-to-one stories will be coming to you, but hope you can understand this and hope you gain something out of this. We will be doing something more proper coming very soon. We are going to multiply on our app. We are going to multiply on your current updates. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.